I don't know if you talked about it on your live or whatever crew, but the Footlocker closing 400 stores by 2026.
I
That sounds
talked
about
about it,
right though.
but what do
They
y'all? I
did for
mean,
themselves.
what do you think? I've heard a couple of different things.
I read a couple of articles, and obviously they're going to be closing in mainly in malls over the next 2.5 years. And then I read another article where Foot Locker's actually teaming up with Nike to improve some of the sneakers that they're getting, but they're not going to be like sneakers we want. You know what I
Mm,
mean? So, like, if you read like the headline in the article, you know, what I mean, it's like Foot Locker's closing stores and have a renewed contract with Nike in order to get stock, but it's like
right,
for stuff that it's not going to be Jordans and stuff like that.
right. And I
And
think
it,
that was the initial plan. You know, when they said they'd be removing Jordans from the shelves, I think
mm,
this is kind of this is the the manifestation of that. Like I think it's just weird. But the thing is, I think I don't know personally. And this is just me personally. I'm not talking about everyone else. I don't remember the last time I went into a Foot Locker to go and
Right,
purchase something. So it
right.
doesn't really
Oh
shock me.
well, I can't say that.
It doesn't shock me. I mean, because if you think about like kids Foot Locker and all these, I feel like all these other places and stuff that maybe I shop for my kids at Foot Locker and Finish Line and JD and stuff
Right.
like that. I feel like I never personally go in and pick up pairs for myself. So I think if I was talking about the operational cost of a business, and the operations costs have to be you paying salary, the lights, everything, and they can't be making money. Like not they can't be making money in those specific locations. Now I'm not
mhm,
saying all of the locations, but the
right.
locations that they're closing, they're
Right.
probably just taking L's. So it's just like there's no reason
I
to
don't
to
know
keep them open.
because my Foot Locker in my mall closed down in either late December or early January.
Okay.
Well, you in South Florida. Did they close down or did they get robbed
Well,
They
I mean,
closed
if we
down.
just if we just
down?
if we just look at
And
like the way that malls, or I mean, I had a mall here. It's called Century 3. It was at the time one of the biggest, like I think it was the second largest mall in the history of the world, and that mall closed down several years ago. It's just like a
well, see,
empty
this was
lot.
tough for me
People are
because
just shopping online anyways.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And then if you guys caught my video, I think I made it like a month ago. I actually became friends with a flex store employee, right?
Mm,
And he was telling me about how they'll get, let's just say an Air Jordan 1, for example. They'll get an Air Jordan 1 and they'll have 12 pairs. After the three managers claim their pair, they have 9 pairs. They're putting it on an app. Thousands of people are spending their points trying to go after 9 pairs of shoes. They just don't get the stock that they used to.
right.
So to see them kind of close down some of these stores actually doesn't surprise me at all, because
Not at all.
last year they said that they were going to be shutting down a lot of the stock that Foot Locker was getting, and I think that's
Right.
their own fault. They have no bot protection. You can't cop on their websites for
I was
going
gonna say I think Foot Locker kind of did it to themselves.
Mm,
right.
In the end, I think Foot Locker shot themselves in the foot by the way they ran their online situation.
Hmm.
And with all of the attention that they were getting, that wasn't good attention, getting attention because of backdooring and things like we talked about. And when I say we, I'm not talking about us, but shoe content creators talked about backdooring for 3 years straight, like consistently every single day from 2019 to 2022. We were talking about backdooring almost to the end of
right.
2022. I think around 2022, we just kind of felt like, okay, it is what it is. I don't really care anymore. That's when you saw people's morale for brick and mortar stores like Foot Lockers, Champs, and things like that. That's when you started to see the morale like really come to a close. Like, it is what it is. They're gonna backdoor the pairs. We're never gonna get them. Like, we're wasting our time. We might as well not even shop with them anymore.
Right, because I mean, even just trying to cop something at 10 a.m. is impossible.
Basically.
So basically, the way that I feel was like Nike was just like, yo, like, we're just not going to give you the stock anymore because it's just getting bought away anyway. So that
Right.
made a lot of sense to me.
Facts.
But I kind of feel that like it was kind of crappy for them to go ahead and let all these people like waste all their points on 9 pairs of shoes though per store. And I know that some other Foot Lockers are a little bit bigger. You know, they might get 36 pairs or whatever. But you know what I mean. Like, but the stores that I'm mainly talking about in my city are in malls, and they're getting 12 pairs.
Yeah, I feel like I haven't seen like a what is that, like a storefront, like a Foot Locker storefront. Like I don't, like only one I have is in my mall, right? Or do you guys have like storefronts in your cities?
Nah, all the ones I've never seen a Foot Locker. Well, no, I'm sorry. There's one standalone one in downtown Pittsburgh.
Okay.
Yeah, we got
it's been there forever. You know what I'm saying? The rest of them are in malls.
We got a bunch of standalone Foot Lockers out here. I mean, I was surprised to see them, but like we got a crap ton.
Yeah, in California, I seen like they got a shoe palace like on every corner. I'm like, what's going on out here? You know?
But the article I read that said that like their little, I guess, the reformation of the stores that they're gonna have mixed with like the deal that they've struck with Nike is gonna increase their revenue to like $6 billion or something in the next 3 years. But it doesn't mean that they're going to be getting like Jordan retros or.
But it must be a situation where they're going to let Nike control how they do releases, because, like I was talking to you like 2 weeks ago about the reform that they came up with as far as how to release slightly limited shoes, GRs, and extremely limited shoes. Like they came out with a list of how they wanted to handle it. And I was like, I know you were saying that they had did that before, but like apparently they tightened up the requirements even further. So I mean, yeah, I mean that might be a thing where Foot Locker is going to turn over the majority of control when it comes to their products to Nike.
It will
probably, you might see specialized employees inside of Nike. I mean, inside of Foot Locker.
I even heard them saying that they were closing. I mean, not them. I mean, when they say it's just the streets talking. You know, they're gonna turn these into like GOAT stores. You know, for us to be able to like pick up pairs. You know, as like a GOAT location.
Well, you know,
I mean, we have a GOAT location here in Atlanta. I've never been, but
me either.
I mean, they do have a lot of money in GOAT.
Yeah.
Already.
Yeah.
So I mean, I'd probably rather see a GOAT store because, like, even though I can't get them for retail, at least I can get them,
and I can go pick them up today.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like,
you know what I'm saying?
Like waiting on this person to ship this one out. Yeah.
You know, like you walk into a Foot Locker and it's just nothingness.
I mean, StockX does it. Why not GOAT?
Right. And that's my point. Like when I say like, there's nothing there. Like if you walk in, you know, you might see a couple, you know, you might see pairs, but it's never in my size. It's always a kid size or something like that. So it's like, you don't have the same traffic because we already know not to go there. It's like, we just know we're not going to go there. I mean, unless you're shopping for hats or you shopping for jerseys or socks or crepe. Rejuvenator.
Go ahead, plug your guys' Rejuvenator, man. It's cool.
Rejuvenator code crew, 10% off.
There you go. If anybody wants 10% off, you know, we got was it crew?
Yeah.
Coupon code crew for 10% off.
Appreciate you. Yeah, man.
Later in the stream, we'll get to your average sneaker guy. You can plug your 10% off too.
Yeah, sometime later on.
HG for 10% off honey buns. I mean, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
For more sneaker content, make sure you hit that subscribe button and you hit that notification bell so you never miss a video.